That was a good one. Okay. Next side story one. Or whatever. Understanding. I knew it. It's gonna be Yuri. Let's begin. The club meeting is suddenly interrupted by the sound of the door, causing Monika and Sayori to turn their heads. The door opens halfway and stops. A face peeks inside. A face that seems familiar. It is Yuri! What's up, Yuri? It's been a week. I haven't seen you in a little bit. I know I've been like a freaking jerk to her. But you know, I kind of did miss her. Oh, jeez. Especially this Yuri. This Yuri's not probably crazy. Oh, this music bumps! Hold up! Woo! Oh, I like the bass. Woo! Okay, that's enough. Sorry, eyes widen, recognizing the girl. She very conspicuously mouse to Monika. Okay, turn this a little bit down. It's her! It's the girl! It's true, the girl standing in the doorway is none other than the girl Sayori had come across reading alone in the classroom. She did see the flyer. Thanks to Monika leaving a flyer at her desk, it seems she's found her way to the clubroom. Are you here for the literature club by any chance? Am I in the wrong place? No, you're not. This is the literature club. Please come inside. The girl fully steps in the doorway, but continues standing against the wall, avoiding eye contact. Sayori continues to fail containing her excitement. It's happening! Oh my gosh! Thank you so much for coming. Sorry it's a little empty. I'm Monika, and this is Sayori. And we run the literature club, even though it's just us so far, but what's your name by the chance? I'd like to join your club. Already? Wait, really? Are you sure? I mean, I should be good enough. Anyone is welcome here. You don't have to be good enough. Oh. Do you want to have a seat? We'd love to get to know you. The girl nods, sliding over to the nearby desk and gently sitting down. What's your name? Yuri. I'm Sayori, and this is Monika. We just said that. Sayori, I already. Nice to meet you. Do you like fantasy? Like books? Yuri looks at Monika. Fantasy is cool. Yes. Have you heard of Annabelle Dublant? Annabelle Dublant? Is that like an author? I don't know. I don't read books. I can't say I have. Oh well, she's my favorite author. She is an author. I'm on her 5th book and it's just... Yuri grins and presses her knuckles against her cheeks in joy. You can borrow my books. I wouldn't mind. You're really in for an incredible experience. A golden experience. Maka stammers, caught completely off guard by Yuri taking control of the conversation. She glances sideways at Sayori, silently asking for help. I'd love to. It sounds like you're really into them, so they must be great. I'm so happy I found this club. Oh, I'm so stupid. I left all my other books at my locker. I should have brought them. Yuri quickly stands up. I'll be right back. I'll go get them for you. You probably only need to bring one for now. Sayori nervously says that nothing to herself is considered heftiness of the books that Yuri set down at her desk. True. Okay. I'll go get them. I'll go get the first one, then. Yuri exits the club room in a flash, leaving Monka and Sayori silently exchanging glances. Oh my god! I wasn't prepared for this. How do I handle someone so intense? I have, no experience with fantasy. Except maybe stuff that I read when I was a kid. But that's probably like a joke compared to a season 2. I'm sure it'll be fine. In fact, I think it's neat that we have different people who are into different kinds of literature. It'll be fun to learn from each other. Yeah, I don't disagree, but what if this is her only interest? Doesn't it kind of seem like that? Monica, don't you think you should be more optimistic? We have a new club member. There shouldn't be room for anything but being happy. I'm excited to get to know her more, aren't you? Yeah, I guess you're right. Sorry for being so hasty. I just got really anxious all of a sudden. It's because you're afraid of not being able to take the lead. What the heck? It's kind of scary how you can point things out like that, Sayori. I just like learning what makes people happy or sad. Yeah. Hey, you know what? You'd probably be great at helping Yuri feel comfortable here. Maybe you could take a break from helping me with the administrative stuff and just focus on spending time with her. Yay! That's exactly what I want to do. Besides, Sayori lowers her voice, I'm probably gonna need all the time I can get. She taps her fingers against the dauntingly chunky book Yuri left sitting on the desk. Big book time. Right afterwards, the door opens to reveal Yuri's return. I'm back. Her breath is slightly heavy, which combined with her short time gone indicates that she may have ran at least part of the way. She makes her way back over to Sayori and sets down the book on her desk. Just as Sayori feared, the book Yuri brought with her is just about equal to the size that was already on Yuri's desk. Whatever. Well, there are probably a few things you should know about getting started on it. There are some things that are more explained in the other books that take place in the same universe. So going over these would be good to keep you from getting confused at the start. Sayori nervously interjects. Well, I was thinking that maybe today we could just get to know each other a little bit more. You know, I think, like, if we're going to be reading together, then I would like that. From across the room, Monica smiles and nods at Sayori while Yuri isn't looking. Oh, okay. Yuri sits down and looks at her book, then glances around the room, showing no indication that she has anything more to add. Bro, my freaking throat hurts. So, what made you decide you wanted to join the club? Well, I like reading, so I was intimidated. It was intimidatingly interested. I had no idea that someone was starting a literature club, but that's my fault, since I haven't been paying attention to any of the club recruitment advertisements. I only found out because Sayori glances over at Monica. Monica? Monica came into my classroom and put the flyer at my desk. Suddenly, Yuri's face darkened, and she shakes her head at herself. I was so stupid. I got too nervous and I couldn't even look up, so she just walked out. It took me several days just to come here because I was so afraid that Monica told everyone how inconsiderate I was, but I decided that it was probably irrational. Wait, no, that was totally my fault. I felt so bad about interrupting you that I just walked out. I was actually really hoping that you would come by. Yuri inhales in relief. I always seem to interpret things as the worst possible scenario. Well, I was really nervous to come here for some other reasons too, such as there being too many people. Not that I mind that much, but I have a really hard time having to meet a large number of new people at once. So, it's actually amazing that it's just two of you. I definitely came at the right time. That makes me happy. I'm proud of you for working up the courage to come. Yuri smiles warmly to herself. I've never really had the privilege of sharing my interests with others before. It's so hard to find others who are into the same things I am, except online. So I thought the literature club would provide a chance for me to do that. What kinds of other things are you into? Like genres? I don't know. Just anything, even if it's not literature. Just things you would think are dumb. Sorry, pauses. A look of concern on her face. How about I'll tell you something about I'm into, and then you can tell me about something you're into. I suppose that would be okay. Okay. Well, I'm pretty into, like, crafty things. Like making cute little collages or decorating things, like cards or jewelry boxes. My room's always cluttered with random stuff because I keep buying things to make gifts for my friends. but then I put it off until the last minute. So yeah, that's something kind of silly that I'm into.
You sound quite creative.
I'm gonna have to take another break after this. Not that much. It's just that you'd be surprised by how much you can do with scissors and glue and stuff.
So, I have to share something that I'm into now, right?
Sayori nods.
Well, I guess I'm into nature.
I love nature. Monica, I'm gonna start a nature club. No, you're not. You're stuck here with me now. I'm not. Oh yeah? I'm president. You do what I say. I'm joking. Well, I hereby appoint you as vice president of the Nature Club. There, you're stuck with me. Now you're stuck with me. Hey, don't give me responsibilities. Oh, I'm sorry, Yuri. I interrupted you. Go ahead.
It's fine.
Yuri pauses. Feels awkward after having gotten cut off.
I like going out into the woods or to the park. Just places where you can walk or sit and not have any people around. It's peaceful. Just nice to kind of remove myself from everything that matters and let my racing mind operate autonomously for a while.
What do you like to do? When do you like to do that?
It just depends on my mood. After school, on the weekends, whenever I feel like I need it.
Wow, I feel like I would never have the time to do something like that.
I find that we have a lot more time than we think we do, if you don't let it slip through your fingers.
The three continue their conversation, led primarily by Sayori, but with both Monica chimling and every now and then as well. Monica had intended to leave it to Sayori and focus on her own work, but she found it difficult not to join in. Before they know it, the end of the day has upon them once more. Did I read that right? Before they know it, the end of the day was upon them once more. Oh, looks like we should be wrapping up for today. So are you two going to start on that book next club meeting? That's the plan.
I'm so excited.
Sayori beams. Yuri collects her things. Once packed, Yuri wordlessly waves to Sayori and Monica with a gentle smile. Bye! As Yuri exits, Sayori enthusiastically returns her farewell. Once again, Sayori and Monica are left in the club room. Sayori, you are a lifesaver. I didn't do anything. I just talked. Still. Besides, it really lifted my mood. It feels really nice when I can put my energy toward other people like that. She was really excited to be included, you know? It made me happy. Well, there's no doubt in my mind that you'll have a great time here with your engaging her. How are you feeling about starting the book with her next meeting? I'm kinda scared, but I think she'll be happy as long as I'm trying my best. I think you'll do great. After the surprise of a new member, It seems like everyone in their spirits lifted with something new to look forward to. Is that the end of the side story? No? Another day ends. Swallowing her anxiety, Yuri makes her way into the class. Oh, it's not over! I'm gonna need a 2-liter water bottle for this, man. Swallowing her anxiety, Yuri makes her way into the club room, expecting to be the last one to arrive. As she opens the door, she's surprised to find only Sayori in the classroom. What happened to Monica? She just leaving it to Sayori? It's club time! Monica went to the computer lab, so it's just the two of us today. Is that okay? Sayori silently nods, unable to make eye contact.
I'm sorry about yesterday.
Sayori tilts her head, unsure of exactly what Yuri is talking about.
Well, I mean, the way I got overly excited to share my books, and how you had to stop me so we could talk first. It was so inconsiderate of me. I got too excited and forgot to think about anyone else in the club. So...
Yuri, you didn't do anything wrong. I thought it was cute how excited you were.
Well, still. I think I changed my mind about the book. We don't have to read it.
Huh? Why?
Because I know that you were just humoring me, anyway. In retrospect, it's rather obvious that nobody was truly interested.
But if you like it so much, then it must be worth sharing.
I've already decided I'll join the club, so you don't have to try so hard to entice me.
That's not what I'm doing. What I was doing. A moment of uncomfortable silence stretches between the two of them. Well, the thing is, we don't even have any club activities yet. I mean, Monica and I have just been working on recruitment stuff mostly, so it just sounded like something fun we could do together. Reading your books. You know, like, as a club activity. That would be okay, right?
Why am I being so resistant to this, anyway? It's exactly what I wanted in the first place, and you're being so nice about it. I really don't know what's wrong with me. I'm sorry for being like this.
You don't have to apologize. Just tell me if there's anything I can do to help you feel more comfortable here. Sayori pulls her desk up against Yuri's and sits next to her. The book in question is already on Yuri's desk. Peering over, Sayori reads the cover of the book. Dusk Bell. Part 1 of the Everlast Saga. Is Dusk Bell by Annabelle? Sorry. I'm ready now.
Alright. I should probably get some paper. Yuri grabs a spiral notebook of hers and tears out a few sheets of paper.
Wait, how come you need paper?
Oh, it's useful to draw things out sometimes, like maps, timelines, family trees, or just for taking notes.
Notes? I mean, yes, that's an effective strategy.
Exactly. I'm sure it will be especially helpful for someone new to the genre.
Sayuri joke flew completely over Sayuri's head. But thinking about it, she decides that it's probably for the best that it did. Well, I'm not used to having company through this, but I'll try to help make it as accessible as possible. I trust you. You're like super smart, and I'm dumb.
Oh, please.
Sayuri tries to dismiss the compliment, but she can't hide her smile and light blush.
You can generalize intelligence. I'm only smart in the things I have a lot of experience with. Contrarily, I'm awful at everything involving real people. That should be evident enough from the 2 days I spent here so far. So in my eyes, is everyone else who comes off as does it's everyone who oh God. It's everyone else who comes off as smart. Especially you.
No, I can't actually say that. I'm dumb. I can't actually say the R word. That's actually bad. Not the R word that y'all thinking about. The dumb R word, you know. Sayuri rubs her shoulders against Yuri's. You're such a sweetheart when you're not being shy.
Anyway, would you like to get started?
Okay. After the minor diversion between them, the two get back on track with their planned club activity. Yuri begins to guide Sayuri through the basics of the fantasy world her story takes place in. Most of it she details the races, factions, history, elements of magic. The more questions Sayuri seems to have. But despite Sayuri's expectations, Yuri unequivocally guides her through it in a way such that is fun to follow along. It becomes evident that the world-building aspect of the story, not just the story itself, is one that Yuri finds her passion learning towards. How do people come up with this stuff? It's like the exact opposite of the kind of writing I would do.
What kind of writing?
Oh, like poetry and stuff like that. And things I write are like just putting down the feelings that come into my head, you know? But this is there must be so much planning and hard work.
You're into poetry. I think there's a Apodex that includes some of the kingdom's written works, like poetry and folk songs.
No way!
Sayuri giggles, filling Sayuri's heart with happiness when she realizes it's the first time she heard Yuri Sanat laugh. It means Yuri must be having fun. Anyway, I think we can get started reading now, if you're ready.
Okay, but I can't read very fast.
Oh, that's fine. I'm very patient. Patient is something I pride myself in.
I see.
Sayuri jolts Yuri is patient into her notes. Hey, that's for the book.
I'm just kidding. But I'm kinda glad you're patient, because I need that sometimes. A lot of times. Sayuri flips through the few pages of the book, getting past the table of contents. Okay, chapter 1. The room becomes silent as the two of them begin to read. But the silence only lasts for a moment before Sayuri speaks up again. What does vindicate mean? Well, it's this context. It's essentially means that he was proven innocent. It's okay to ask questions, right? Of course. Sayuri turns the page. Are these footnotes? Mm-hmm. A lot of the dialogue has cultural references that require explanation to be understood. The two continue reading. Yuri's relaxed expression remains unchanged. Meanwhile, Sayori's expression grows tense as she tries to make her way through the dense text. Up till now, their expressions have been reversed, with Sayori easily navigating social situations and Yuri struggling in them. But the tables have turned. Wait, are they talking about the past right now? Or the present?
Where?
Right here.
They're talking about the past. These paragraphs are describing a flashback that Barnes is having.
But they didn't tell me that.
It's implied from the context. Sayuri rubs her temples.
Why didn't they just say eyes? The two of them continue, with Sayuri asking fewer questions. She begins to understand the value of the notes, as she finds herself referring to them somewhat often, and even adding to them. But her reduction in questions comes not from her getting used to the reading, but rather from her fearing that she'll come across as stupid. At last, Sayuri reaches the end of the chapter.
I think we can stop here for now.
Okay. Sayuri takes a deep breath and closes what little of the book she's gone through so far.
So, what are your thoughts up at this point? To this point?
Sayuri tries to find words. Am I doing well so far?
I'm not sure I understand.
Well, I don't know. When it takes me so long to read and understand things, it makes me feel really dumb. But I really like how into it you get. It makes me want to keep going and to keep doing my best, so I can see it the way you do.
The relaxation that Yuri's expression fades. I see. Yuri quietly gathers her things.
We can continue tomorrow, right?
Oh God. Yuri pauses, then shakes her head. We can do something else tomorrow.
But
I'm sorry.
Wait, sorry for what? I don't understand.
I'm sorry. I don't want to do this anymore. That's all.
Bruh. That's a bruh moment right there, bro. Just because Sayori doesn't really understand your book, you're just like, no, I don't want to do this no more. You don't understand my book. You don't understand the fantasy. I'm sorry that I made you. Huh? Yuri leaves. You weren't making me. Sayori is left alone with her words. How did this happen? We were having fun just a second ago. It's my fault. I said something stupid and hurt her. I should have just told her that I enjoyed it. Mom could trust me with this. It's the only thing I'm good at. And I still messed it up. What if she doesn't want to come back? Drowned in guilt, Sayori stares blankly at her desk, spread with notes. The book sits next to them. Right. If she wasn't coming back, then she wouldn't have left the book here, right? Unless she just forgot to take it with her. This is horrible. Was it really because she thought I wasn't enjoying our time together? Or maybe she wasn't enjoying our time together because I'm not good enough. I probably let her down so much by having trouble following along. Yeah, I'm sure if I was smarter, she would be having so much more fun. I need to do better for her. Dang, that's how the story ends, bro. Just Yuri just completely being like, you don't understand. We'll do something next time. You're clearly not on the scale level that I am at this. Bruh. Okay, that's the end of that. I'm taking a long break after this, bro. My throat's done. Sorry, like 11, almost 11:30. We gotta get these side stories done. I took a little break. My voice is feeling better. Got my freaking. Got my cereal. Got my tricks. Let's get into this. Is there music? I hear music. For the first time, Sayori is the first to enter the club room. Anxiety courses through her relentlessly. Will Yuri show up today? Sitting at a desk, she stumbles her feet in an attempt to calm down. Why am I letting this affect me so much? I'm doing everything I can to make Yuri happy, but my best wasn't good enough. But it was still my best. But I'm letting everyone down. I'm always just a disappointment. Sorry continues to wrestle with her deprecating thoughts. Every tiny noise causes her to lift her head in tight, cryptic, reciprocating of Yuri's arrival. Minutes pass and nobody enters the club room. Where's Monica? Not Yuri or Monica. Oh gosh, I'm so late. Yeah, dang right you're late. Why did I offer to help those other students with their work? I'm such a
pushover sometimes. It's going to leave such a bad impression on new members if I'm not the first one there.
Maka rounds the corner, approaching the club room. As she does so,
Yuri?
Yuri jumps at the sound of Maka's voice. She's sitting outside the club room against the wall next to the door. Embarrassed, she quickly closes the book she was reading and stands up.
Oh gosh. I'm so sorry I'm late. You didn't have to wait outside for me, and the door of the club room is open.
It's not. Yuri stammers, unable to explain herself. She peers inside the club room through the window, then looks away. Actually, I was just wondering if I could help you today instead.
Huh? Me? With club publicity stuff?
Yes. Monica is utterly confused. Why is Yuri asking this all of a sudden when she was so eager to spend time with Sayori before? Did they not get along after all? No, they kinda did. Monica looks into the club room herself to see Sayori sitting alone inside.
Okay, it's kind of a simple job, but I'd be happy for you to tag along.
Me too. Monica is worried, but she finds it difficult to insert herself whenever conflict like that may happen. That may have arisen. It's a little ironic. She realizes that she could be so conflict avoidant after having been in the debate club.
Okay, let's take a walk together. I just have to make copies of the new flyer, then go around in the billboards and replace the old ones with new ones.
Yuri nods and then two set off. The two walk in silence. Without Sayori, Monica finds it quite difficult to strike up conversation.
So, how's everything been going?
Fine.
That's good.
Neither of them follow up with anything more. Monica tenses up and at the stented conversation.
What the heck does
Sayori do? Why am I reading it like that? How the heck does Sayori do it?
I'm sorry I didn't see you yesterday. I went straight to the computer lab to work on the flyers.
Sayori told me.
What did you two end up doing yesterday?
Just some reading.
Oh, I'm glad. It's really starting to feel more like a literature club now. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I felt so intimidated at first when I heard about the kind of reading you were into. But it's kind of stupid of me because I'm just intimidated by things I'm not good at. And it's silly to assume that everyone who comes to the club will just have the same interests as me. But it's so cool that you were able to get Sayori into it. It's like the club is working. I'm really happy about that.
She's not into it.
Huh?
She's not into it, and I'm stupid for forcing it onto her. Yuri falls silent again, as if she started her thought, but can't figure out how to continue it.
Did something happen?
Yuri sighs. No, it's just me. Yuri pauses. I'm thinking. A moment passes in silence, then Yuri shakes her head. I shouldn't be complaining to you all of a sudden.
No, don't be silly. I don't think you're complaining. I won't think you're complaining. I just want to make sure you feel welcome. If it's important to that, then you can tell me anything.
Well, I do feel welcomed. Too welcome, I guess. It's not an issue with the club. It's just an issue with me. So I feel wrong to inconvenience you with it.
Maka pauses and thinks.
Well, what if we put it this way? It's my job as president to understand the needs of the club members, right? We're going to have all kinds of people join this club, hopefully anyway. And learning about the diverse needs and interests of everyone will help me come up with club activities that everyone can be happy with.
That everyone can be happy with. Not just only some people.
Of course. I need to be looking out for everyone. Otherwise, what kind of club would it be?
I see. Yuri looks a little more relaxed. It signals to Monica that switching from a sympathetic approach to a pragmatic one was a good choice. Each individual truly does have their own needs. Okay. Yuri takes a deep breath. I'm a really weird and awkward person. I've accepted that about myself. I just don't know how to, I guess, connect with other people. How is it so easy for everyone else? How do you just make conversation about every arbitrary topic? I can talk for hours about the things that I'm into. Unfortunately, so much that I don't know when I stop. But for anything else, I just have no idea what to say. So, I understand that about myself. I'm just not good with people. I can't help it. So it feels like whenever I'm confronted with a new social situation, I'm either ignored or made fun of or taken pity on. And Sayori falls in that third category.
She what? Hold on. You're saying that Sayori is taking pity on you?
Yuri nods. I just want to be treated like a normal person. If you don't like me or you don't connect with my intentions, then just tell me. I can accept that and move on. Sawyer is too nice to me. It's so stupid for me not realizing that she would just go along with whatever I pushed onto her. Nobody deserves to be put themselves through that kind of discomfort just because they pity some weirdo who doesn't know how to make friends. It's the worst feeling. I hate it. Very sharp words cut through the tense air. Somewhere in the middle of the conversation, the two stopped short in the hallway. What the frick is this word, bruh?
prioritizing the conversation over their original task. Maka looks at Yuri. Yuri only looks down, with her fists clenched.
I think you should tell her that.
I could never say that to someone's face. It's pathetic.
Sayori is different. Making people happy is the most important thing to her. I'm sure that's all she's trying to do. So, if you're able to explain to her what makes you happy, then she'll do everything to make it happen.
That's the problem. What kind of friendship has one person always trying to cater to the other person's weird needs? I'm sorry. I'm making myself sound so...
No, I think I'm starting to understand.
Maka hesitates to finish her thought out loud. It's something that Sari would be able to say better. Sari is someone who will give anyone however much kindness they need in order to smile. But Yuri, who has difficulty accepting kindness, must be driving Sari to be even more assertive in her kindness, further exacerbating the matter. Neither person is to blame, but it's an issue that can't be resolved without them understanding each other better.
Sayori wants to be your friend, I promise that. It's okay for different people to have different needs. I mean, Sayori, she has her own needs too. But good friends work together and can be that what they need for each other. You just have to have good communication and talk about it.
I don't have good communication. Yuri stops and shakes her head. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. My head is just... it's so resistant to everything. I'm pushing such a kind person away from me because of it. Yuri pauses to think.
God dang.
I'm so tired of this circle I'm creating for myself. I think I'm so afraid of people pushing me away that I just push them away first. How thoughtless and immature of me.
Yuri takes a deep breath and exhales.
I didn't mean for this to turn into a whole venting session. But I understand now that I just need to communicate with her.
You're totally fine. It's for the club, remember? You're just helping make the club a better place for everyone.
Yeah.
Yuri falls silent again. She looks like she wants to say something.
This kind of critical thinking is something that I'm really bad at. You know about people? So thank you.
Anytime.
Monica smiles at Yuri. For just a moment, Yuri finds it in herself to meet Monica's gaze, returning a shy smile of her own. Yuri and Monica finished preparing the old flyers with new ones. More accurately, Monica's mostly did the work while Yuri followed along. But as the clubroom once again draws near, so does Yuri's confrontation.
I can't do this.
Yes, you can. It'll be great.
Yuri sighs and shakes her head.
I'm never going to feel confident enough. just have to do it. If I don't do it now, I never will. Yuri starts towards the door, but then turns to face Monica. You're not just going to wait outside, are you?
I can take a walk. Want me to get you a coffee or something?
Actually, I prefer tea.
Oh God.
I like to make my own, though, so please don't worry about it. Although, I suppose that's one downside of reading here in the club rather than at home. I don't get to drink tea while reading. Sorry, I guess that has nothing to do with this.
That can be arranged. You know, now that you mention it, I bet we could get permission to keep stuff like tea in the club room. You can use it like an electric kettle to heat up the water, right?
Would that really be possible?
I'll look into it. I think it would be great.
Yuri smiles and nods at the thought.
Well, I'll be back in a bit. Good luck.
Monica waves at Yuri, then turns around and departs down the hallway as Yuri's smiles fades once more. A moment of daydreaming about tea isn't enough to save her from the anxiety of the task that lies before her. But it must be done. Taking one more deep breath, Yuri timidly opens the clubroom door.
Yuri? Wait, hold on. I'm not done yet.
Sayori shuffles a bunch of paper around. Yuri stammers with her words suddenly caught in her throat. At the moment, she realizes how Sayori has been spending her afternoon. I wasn't expecting you to come today. I was really hoping you'd make it all the way through the next chapter first. But I got most of the way through it. And look! Sayori holds a sheet of paper. It's a page of notes, beautifully produced with indentations, categories, and even color coding. Something got caught in my throat. As Yuri sees it, her expression shifts from anxiety to despair. I was afraid you were getting disappointed in me, so I have been trying really hard.
Stop.
Yuri presses her fist against her forehead.
Please stop. I can't take this.
Yuri?
Sayori's voice quivers in shock after having received the exact opposite response she was expecting.
I'm sorry.
Sayori looks away in guilt.
Did I do something wrong? I don't understand, so if I did something wrong, please tell me.
Yuri shakes her head.
No, it's me. I keep putting myself in these situations where people are afraid to treat me normally. If you don't like this kind of reading, it's okay. Please just tell me. I don't need to be treated differently just because I'm weird.
But I don't treat you differently. I just want my friends to be happy. So I thought that if we did something together that you really liked.
I don't want your pity.
Ooh.
Why did I do that?
Yuri strings her knees shrinks to her knees. Her voice squeaks. I'm sorry. Tears of guilt and self-loathing begin to stream down her face. This isn't how it was supposed to go. Was it? This is a new song, dang. I gotta listen to this after this. How is it so hard just to articulate your thoughts? Why do you end up pushing everyone away from you? Yuri's mind pounds with eternal excruciations as she shuts her eyes, unable to face Sayori. That ending reminds me of a song. I can't really put my fingers on it, but it kind of reminds me of a song. Sayori, or the rest of the world. She should leave, just escape from here, before Monka sees her like this, and before Sayori tells Monka what she did. Before Yuri can put any strength into her legs, she feels a warm pair of arms gently wrapped around her from behind. Dang. This might be the thumbnail. Hold on. It's okay. I can't like right click. Bro, I want this to be my thumbnail. Sheet. Sayori Rat whispers in a soothing voice. It's okay. It's okay. Dang. Overcome with despair. Despair. Yuri finds herself unable to protect or pull away from Sayori's kind gesture. Yuri sniffles, breathing heavily through the clutches or a clutched throat, trying with all her willpower to control herself. I understand that the things you're feeling in your head are different from the things you're trying to say. I know that must be what you're what you're feeling right now. I promise, I understand that. So I'll give you as much time as you need. When you're ready, just tell me your feelings, and we'll talk about them together, okay? Yuri sniffles again and nods her head. She gives herself a minute to compose her thoughts and speaks while stilling her voice. I think that I've gotten so used to people being weirded out by me that it feels like everyone who's nice to me is just doing it out of pity. I'm so horrible with people. So it makes me not want to believe that someone can actually like me for who I am. Yuri pauses, but Sayori doesn't interrupt. Rather, she waits for Yuri to continue. I got so excited when I joined the literature club. I thought that it was finally my chance to make friends through my intentions, my interest. Because my interests are the only thing I know how to talk about. It's all I have going for me. But then, whenever I catch myself getting overly obsessed in front of other people, it feels like I'm making a fool out of myself. I hate myself for it. Ultimate despair. future game that I'm gonna be playing in the future has something to do with Ultimate and Despair. You'll just have to see. I just want to be treated like a normal person. But how am I supposed to expect that when I can't behave like one? I just want to learn how to get along with people and stop ruining things for myself. That's all. Yuri finishes her thoughts, feeling more steady after having yawned out of them. Sayori, who can feel Yuri's breath rise and fall from beneath her arms, realizes that as well. Thank you for helping me understand you a little bit better. You know, you were so great at helping me while you were reading. So I'll help you with the things that you need too. But I feel like it would just be frustrating for you with how much practice I require sometimes. That sounds kind of familiar. I couldn't stop worrying about that while we were reading. I was so afraid you would get frustrated with me.
But I would never do that. I did my best to reassure you were mentioning how I have a lot of patience.
Yeah, I know. But my interracial fears just won't be quiet sometimes. I'm sure it's the same for you, right?
Yeah. Interracial fears.
Irrational. I'm dumb.
Well, there's no way that you could frustrate me, because I already like you as a person that you are. I know you said you have a hard time believing that, but I promise that it's true.
You don't have to be a social person for people to like you. I think you're really considerate in your own way, you know? Worrying so much about people's feelings. We're all kind of weird. It's a literature club. But it's the best part that we're all different and having different intentions, interests. Like about the book. I'm reading it because I want to. I promise. That's what I really want. It's a bit of a struggle, but try not to mistake that for me not enjoying it. I mean, we could never discover new things if we didn't try them first, right? I want to learn the reasons that you love it so much. And in the end, if it's not for me, then I can say that. But I'll be glad to try it and learn more about you. Plus, you're like super duper smart. And I want that to be rubbed off on me.
Yuri fights back a smile in that comment. Already, the heavy atmosphere surrounding her seems to be evaporated through the careness of Sayori's arms.
Your hair is so pretty. I always wanted that long hair, but I was awful at taking care of it, so I cut it all off.
Sayori used to have long hair. I like your short hair though, Sayori. It's cute. Yuri's tension relaxes. For once, she feels okay just listening rather than worrying so much about saying the right thing. Sayori senses Yuri's comfort, then lets her rest. It must be so difficult for her to feel relaxed around other people. But if the Electric Club can make it happen, then it's something that she deserves to experience. Yeah, that's definitely going to be the thumbnail. Well, then. Based on my understanding of your feelings, I suppose I wouldn't mind if you were continue reading. But
That's what I wanted to hear.
But we can stop at any time. If you truly don't like it, please be honest about it. I won't be offended.
Of course. I'm not gonna judge anything that's this early on, though. So we'll just see what happens.
Oh, and it's not good to touch people without their consent first.
Bro, you're 18. Shut up. And you needed it anyway, Yuri. You would have turned. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable.
Oh, you didn't.
Then why complain about it?
I mean, I suppose it was kind of nice. I was just saying.
I'm back. Monica's back. I haven't seen you at all recently.
Sayori trots over to Monica.
Ah, she whispers loudly. Can I hug you? Here, Sayori.
Sayori wraps her arms around Monica.
Oh yeah, Yuri, it might be good to know. Sayori can be kind of a hug monster.
Oh.
Hey, don't call me a monster. Autism is a monster. If he inherits the kingdom, it could spell disaster.
Autism. Is it part of like the fantasy book? Sayori, not. God dang it. Yuri laughs. Maka perplexity looks out between the two of them and smiles.
Well, I'm glad you've been enjoying your reading so far. It's like our first real activity at the literature club.
About that. Well, you've been so patient with exploring my interests. I think that it would be inconsiderate of me not to return the favor to you and learn about the things that you like.
Yes. Do you like poetry?
Yuri smiles. That's the end? Okay, that's the end. Mail. Staying focused on our goals. Let's read this actually. Okay, who's responsible for creating a Twitter account for Monica? Monica got a Twitter account? Huh? Since when? Why haven't I heard of it? She's a senior engineer. I think it's hilarious. But for God's sake, don't tell Paula. I will get 404'd in a microsecond. Are you just relaying her tweets manually, or did you code some kind of pass-through layers to automatic it? Based on contents on the tweets, AG not screaming for help, I assume they're coming from the control simulation? What's this? Too much words. We'll read it later. Pictures. Oh, we got a new one. Finish the side story, understanding 2. We're in this together. Zanotsuki. Great job. Shopping list. Milk, eggs. Sticky notes. Silly awesome. Don't forget. Imako. About it. Don't forget. I can't really read it. So Monica. Cow. That bird thing. Wake up early. You are my sunshine. Sag yawn. Pancake. Homework. Math thing. Study for quiz. Pack snacks. That's not homework. That's not homework. Silly. A scene from the side story, understanding. Thumbnail. Anything else? Nope. Music. Lavender Mist. Is this a song? No, it's a piece by piece. Oh, this is a banger, bro. This is probably my favorite one, bro. The end of it. Da, 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 da. Let's listen to it for a little bit. Turn the music. Oh my gosh! That is a banger! Dude! I have this playing, like, while I'm doing, like, school and stuff. I'm gonna play this in the background, I swear to God. That is, that's my favorite song. Out of all these, piece by piece, my favorite. That is... Da 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 da.